Listen, this Bakugo ReZe debate has been heating up on the internet to the point that so many people have weighed in, and I figured that I'd throw my hat into the ring. But just to be honest with you, this is just going to be the Spark Notes version because, for one, I already know this is just agenda pushing at the end of the day. And two, for the people that do take all of this seriously, they already left their hate comment and didn't even get this far into the video anyway. As someone that admittedly enjoys Chainsaw Man way more than My Hero Academia, we have got to be honest with ourselves. ReZe is the bomb devil. She explodes things. She destroys entire buildings. Multiple city blocks are getting left to waste in both the manga and the movie. And if you're gonna compare her to like the Typhoon Devil, which is like a humongous threat that was capable of destroying entire towns on his worst days, you could even say she packs way more than the Typhoon Devil into her overall punches and blasts than her destructive capacity lets on for. I genuinely think you could very easily highball ReZe to be a city destroyer, and even, you know what, honestly, let's just give her entire mountain destruction. She's a full mountain destroyer if you really want to highball her to the highest degree. By the time My Hero Academia reaches its final act, Bakugo is already showing off not only the same level of feats, but based off of the different fights that he's had, whether you're watching the anime or the manga, it's very clear that Bakugo is going to surpass even mountain level. I mean, he's destroying entire cliff sides when he attacks the Serpentine twins. There is reason to believe, based off of the different feats from Stars and Stripes, the battle against Complete Shigaraki, and even things in the anime and manga in the final battle, that a lot of these characters like Bakugo and My Hero Academia are reaching country to multiple continent level if you really want to highball them to their highest degree. I've even seen people say My Hero Academia can reach planetary just based off of Deku's punch that changed the weather across half of the planet. And to be fair, in the movies, you can make a reasonable argument to compare Bakugo to that strength. I mean, even giving ReZe all of her movie feats, because I've seen a lot of people say that ReZe's speed has increased now to faster than light just based off of some of the things she does in the movie. I've got to tell you, if we are using movie feats, then faster than light is just a drop in the bucket for My Hero Academia. Because holy crap, not only would Bakugo be way faster than light, he would supposedly be keeping up with a 100% full cal Deku when fighting Dark Might. And again, this Deku was supposedly strong enough to change the weekly weather for half the planet. Not only do I think you want to compare movie feats, even if we're just base comparing manga feats, however, I honestly know, like I said, that no matter what way you feel, since a lot of it comes down to team sports, what I really want to look at is the facts of how their abilities work together. And to be honest, since they both work off of bombs, if you want to give them equalized stats, that's amazing. Or if you want to lowball ReZe or lowball Bakugo, what I really think makes a difference is the kind of bombs that the two of them are using. While ReZe is just using classic explosions, guaranteed they're very powerful, Bakugo is using very interesting blasts using nitroglycerin. And the amount of temperature that's packed into them actually ignores conventional durability, meaning that even if you wanted to say Bakugo was like street level, the very fact that he can ignore durability, ReZe's higher durability wouldn't make a single difference. And then again, it still comes down to overall experience and battle expertise. And again, Bakugo, a trained superhero who has gone up against multiple different villains with multiple different powers, and again, was a very significant factor in the fight against Complete Shigaraki in All for One. Compare this to ReZe, who is just an overall assassin that uses bombs and uses overall explosions and destruction that are able to destroy entire cities and just overwhelm her opponent, something that Bakugo can already do. I really think the only thing that's holding ReZe up in this fight is the fact that she's essentially immortal due to being a weapon devil hybrid and that she can regenerate. But we also need to remember that after a while of regeneration, especially after losing her head a couple times, losing a lot of portions of her body, I mean, Denji was only able to be dissected about 27 times before he stopped regenerating entirely and needed blood to go off of. So if she doesn't have anyone that's willing to give her blood, or she has no way to get it, and these two characters are just fighting in an empty arena, she can't just infinitely come back, which is going to be a major problem for her, whether she is lowballed or highballed, because Bakugo will be able to damage her no matter what. A lot of the times, these power scaling debates just turn into team sports, and the sad part is, when it gets toxic, it turns people off from other series when we could all just enjoy both of them. Your favorite character or series doesn't need to be the most powerful in the entire universe, and if someone thinks a character is stronger than your favorite character, that doesn't mean that they hate you specifically. I think power scaling discussions can be fun, and I think in order to have conversations like this, we need to be mature enough in the room to understand sometimes things don't always go our way. Because if we just start lying and agenda pushing for no reason, then you're just making the entire medium as a whole less fun for everyone. At least we got some cool animations out of it this time, though.
So, I guess Bakugo wins. I still think ReZe will win. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think Bakugo is weak. No, I think Bakugo is a strong character, like they said, with an amazing ability. But ReZe can regenerate. I know it depends on how many times you can regenerate, like he said, but I still think ReZe would win. Like, is Bakugo even resistant to his explosion? Like, when explosion happens to his face, does he not get hurt? Does he just walk out and be like, "Yeah, that shit did nothing to me"? And if yes, then that means he's resistant to fire. Either way, but you know what? Yeah, Bakugo would win. He would win. It's so crazy though.